Hey, how's it going guys? Nate here, and today Fallout 4's 1.7 patch dropped into beta over on Steam. This is definitely one of the more important patches that's going to have a lot of impact down in the long run, and it'll probably be available on consoles in the next couple of weeks. So in this video, we're going to cover each and every one of those patch notes. So without further ado, let's do further! First on the list of things Fallout 4 is getting changed is quote-unquote support for Nuka-World. Now Bethesda didn't really elaborate into this, but apparently they've made some sort of significant changes that optimize the map better for the Nuka-World release. Whether this means tweaking certain locations and whatnot, not exactly sure, but it's likely this patch is definitely going to be needed if you'd like to run the Nuka-World DLC. Second on this list, can I get a hallelujah? Both Marcy and Long are now killable NPCs after completing the quest Sanctuary. For those of you that don't understand the glorious significance behind this change, both of these characters would first be introduced when you run into Preston Garvey and his group over at the Museum of Freedom for the first time. They would eventually accompany you and Preston back to Sanctuary, where they would do nothing but complain. You're sitting there trying to get ample food and defenses for everybody, and all they're doing is just mooching off of you saying, "Oh, I'm sad, boo-hoo." And it progressed to the state where you're just done, you're tired of it, and you try to kill them, only to find out they're essential NPCs, and you'd be doomed to put up with their pessimism forever. Well, this patch fixes that, and now you can immediately just cap both of them. The third major thing that Bethesda is promising that this patch brings to the table is actually the ability to purchase bulk shipments of various resources from vendors at quantities of 250. This applies to things like wood, copper, steel, and ceramic. This addresses one of the most major concerns I've had with settlement mode, that it was very difficult to get some of these resources after you've scrapped most of the items in your settlement. Well, this addresses that problem, and now you can really just get bulk and higher quantities of these resources than ever before, allowing you to really build your settlements to your liking with a level of efficiency that you didn't really get beforehand. Now that we've gone over most of the major fixes that 1.7 brings to the table, it's also worthy to note that it also has a variety of minor bug fixes and tweaks and tiny patches like that, and we're going to run through each and every one of those as well. So here we go! General improvements to accuracy and control when picking up and placing down objects. Grenades and Molotov cocktails can now be used with the junk mortar for the Contraptions DLC. Fixed an issue with companions unequipping clothing when fast traveling with the player. I didn't know this is a bug, I just thought Piper really liked me. Fixed an issue with player animations not loading properly after reloading a saved game. Fixed an issue where certain dog armors would not equip properly on dog meat. I'm assuming this is because certain armors were designed specifically for the mutant hounds that use specific armor sets, but I'm not quite sure. I've never personally run into this issue, and I've used most of the sets on dog meat before. Fixed an issue where certain objects from add-ons would not scrap correctly or would not be stored properly. Fixed an infinite load glitch that would occur when logging off while downloading a mod. Fixed a crash related to investing in a store while trading. Guess they don't like the Dow Jones. Fixed an issue where Quarter Mastery would send the player to an erroneous location. I've actually personally experienced this one before. Quarter Mastery is a Radiant Brotherhood of Steel quests that sends you to a random location when look for a random item. And oftentimes it would send you to the wrong place in the middle of like absolute nowhere and completely break the quest and just ruin it, and you'd have to reload a save. Fixed performance issues related to dropping certain weapons. Fixed an issue where melee weapons would not load properly after dying and reloading a save. Fixed a rare issue where Sturges and Mama Murphy would not stop moving. Fixed snapping issues with the surgery center in workshop mode. And this pisses me off if this is the only snapping issue they could have fixed. You know, there's dozens and dozens of problems with this one, like junk walls and just general walls in general, but for whatever reason, Bethesda tried to fix it with the surgery center of all things. Now, 1.7 adds even more than just this. It also adds a variety of little fixes and tweaks with the modding section of the game, too, that does pertain to the Xbox One and PC, and eventually will once the PlayStation 4 gets its respective support. So, here we go with this list. Increase the number of mods that can be paged through the mods browsing menu. Fixed issue where mods would stop being displayed while scrolling through the mods menu. Disable all mods now works properly when offline. NPCs that are changed in a mod will update changes such as hairstyles properly. Fixed animation error related to NPCs changed in mods who have died and reloading the save without the mod activated. Fixed an issue where sneaking would turn the player invisible while running with mods. Honestly, I didn't even know this was like a glitch or a bug. I've seen things like this happen in Skyrim before, when you just prone or crouch and all of a sudden you'd go invisible, and I thought it was a similar effect happening in Fallout 4. I never really understood why, but I guess it was, at the end of the day, a bug. Master files no longer automatically soar above plugins in load order menu. Not even gonna pretend I know what that means. Localization strings moves to the interface archive. Still don't know what that means. Minor UI improvements to mods menu and mod detail menus. And that, ladies and gentlemen, concludes our Fallout 4 1.7 update patch notes. If you have Fallout 4 over on Steam, I will leave a link in the description so you can find out how to join the beta. If you don't have Steam, then you're going to have to wait a couple more weeks for the update to go live on all other platforms, such as the Xbox One, PS4, and PC, probably within the next week or two. But I hope you guys enjoyed. If you found something new or enjoyed the video, please leave a like, dislike if you disliked, and I hope to see you all in my next video. Peace out, everyone.